Welcome to the Girl Sis Man podcast.
For the girls we were, the sisters we became,
and the women we're becoming.
Hello from virtual land.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I honestly, we must be employing half of the Zoom employees now because I didn't know what they were going to do post-pandemic. I think that they are genuinely hoping that it ramps back up. Like the illnesses racking up right now probably look great for them because who has even thought of Zoom since post-pandemic?
I don't know, but I know sometimes we're like, let's do a Zoom meeting. And I'm just like, how about we don't meet at all?
Right.
How about you send me an email and leave it at that?
Because I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, what can be said via Zoom that can't be said via the message? I just, unless you're getting the video that we're getting,
yeah. I just I don't understand why we need to do these things.
Honestly, I feel like this is just another bit of our humanitarian efforts of keeping the tech employees employed right now. There's a huge
who needs to be employed?
Who?
All those people from Twitter who just quit. First of all,
Girl.
Elon Musk. Wow. I thought Jeff Bezos was bad, but this man is the devil.
It's one thing after another. But y'all, if you are wondering why we are virtual today, it is because we are keeping each other safe. There might be a possibility of COVID between the two of us. And, as someone who's had it twice,
you don't want it again.
I don't want it again. I don't want it again. It is not the sweet caress of a lover. It is not the gentle shiver of autumn. It is very much aggressive. It is not.
It is the curled fist of a sworn enemy, just
of an abuser. It is the Ocho Cinco onto your forehead. It is no good.
No bueno.
It's bad.
Esther, that's a domestic violence dispute.
I know. I'm so sorry, but it was the whole forehead thing. I mean,
I
just so creative. You barely see creative, people.
Abusers, yeah.
Terrible. But no, y'all, because there is a chance that one of us could possibly be sick, we were like, let's make sure that we are being super safe here, and doing all that we can to progress healthily. Okay. All right.
I haven't had COVID. I'm the culprit. I've taken a couple of tests from the home, and I'm like, let me just go to CVS and get the official real deal one. And I've never caught it. I hope not to have it. But I've been feeling a little weird. I had an ear infection, so I'm just like, I don't know. My immune system is fighting, but let's pray it is not COVID or it's not anything. So
fingers crossed and prayers up, of course. And y'all be careful out there because it's not even just COVID, it's RSV, which is making a crazy comeback. Didn't even know you could get RSV as a grown adult. I'm so serious. I thought it was
how do 3 viruses get together and decide to jump people? How?
You know what it is? I think in a post-pandemic world, the viruses were like, COVID has been running rampant. It is my time to shine. I'm coming back with a vengeance. And so here we are, just at its disposal. And so we are doing everything that we can, y'all. Stay teed up, drink medicine. I am currently sipping on the best medicine. It's Canada Dry, y'all, not Schweppes, Canada Dry ginger ale. This is not an advertisement, though it should be, because I tell you, ginger ale, I mean, y'all already know it has healing properties. Hallelujah.
What is it with Caribbean people thinking that ginger ale is actual medicine?
Because it comes from the ginger root, which is actual medicine. Yes.
It actually does not, but okay. We like to believe.
It's based off of that, though.
It's actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you have this one. I'm not in the midst. Santa Claus isn't real, so let me just let you live in whatever land you live in where ginger ale. Listen, I think it's all in our minds, and that's okay. Medicinally, it's working because you believe it works.
Well, I believed it worked like Francia believed Selena was her best friend. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's similarly, and it's so funny. And we have to talk about this because our last episode, if y'all have not tuned in, please do. We were joined by our friend Daniel, who definitely talked about what parameters should be expected for different stages of relationships. And then we turned around and was like, I wonder what we can expect in different stages of friendship. And if
Yeah.
y'all have not already seen the drama surrounding Selena Gomez and Francia, right? Um,
But I don't know. That lady who's always playing a teenager for the
you
past
know what?
15 years.
First of all, I don't know if anyone has found the fountain of youth, it is her because she is
It's her
what,
and
mid
Bianca
30s
Lawson.
now?
Yes. Her and Bianca Lawson, perpetually 17.
Yeah,
Eternally 17.
they will never age. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It seems as though with age comes new responsibilities. And if y'all didn't know, she famously gave Selena Gomez her kidney because she thought of Selena, quote, as a sister. And recently Selena released her documentary, I think called My Mind.
Yeah, my mind and me.
My Mind and Me, where she quoted that she doesn't really have many friends in the industry, but her closest friend would be Taylor, which we assume is Taylor Swift.
Yes.
And the world and Francia seem to have taken that personally, especially
As she
Lola.
should. As she should.
And
As she
why?
should.
Why did you take that personally, girl?
I gave you my kidney. That's why you just it just so happened to slip your mind.
I don't think it slipped her mind. First of all, I'm gonna play devil's advocate to this argument. Everyone seems to be upset that Selena didn't mention her, and that seems to have also been the case with Francia. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know the ins and out of their relationships. I have come to understand and experience that relationships just grow and evolve over time.
Yeah.
And my
We've
thing
had this
is like,
conversation.
we have. And I'm like, and I think that's a healthy thing. Like your friendship is not going to look the way that it did at 5, as it looks at 15, as it does at 25. And
Yeah.
so they were younger when, they did the whole thing. And I'm not saying that, forget it. But since that time, like if the relationship has since changed and she's saying my closest friend is Taylor, or, someone I really consider a friend is Taylor, is that really offensive? You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
is. It is. It is when someone's pouring so much of themselves into your cup and you allow it because it benefits you, right? If she gave up her kidney because she viewed Selena as a sister, if you didn't see her as a sister, maybe you should have been like, hey, do this out of the kindness of your heart. And let us be very clear. I do not feel the same about you. We were talking about how you can't be my best friend if I'm not your best friend, kind of a thing, where it's like we have to be very clear about where we stand in people's lives. And I'll use this example, and I know you're like, it's not the same. If I was in a courtship with a man, that's because Daniel's talking about titles, and I'm like, that's my boyfriend. And he's like, actually, and I'm like, yeah, we go together real bad. And he's like, we go nowhere together. We 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 do not do any of these things. Someone would be like, okay, well, there's obviously someone is valuing someone a little bit more in this relationship. And so if I'm like, you're like my sister, I'm gonna give you my kidney. And then a few years down, you're like, the closest people to me is Taylor Swift. Where was Taylor when you needed that kidney?
what if
Where
Taylor
was
wasn't
she?
a match?
Did she even offer? That's the thing.
But we don't know that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
doubt it.
Maybe
You think people are just randomly offering their kidneys to people who are their friends, not their biological family, their friend.
there are total strangers that donate their kidneys to other
When
people.
they die in a car accident, Esther,
There are people who are alive and well donating their
they
organs, Lola.
not to random people,
I know
not to
some,
random people.
I literally know. I went to school with a girl who recently needed a kidney transplant. It was a total stranger who gave her the kidney, and she
I
met
want
that
to know
man.
if that person's alive, Esther.
They're alive. They did like a
That
whole.
don't. I don't believe that, Esther. That
I'll show you the Instagram post.
I believe she got a kidney, and I
That
believe
man,
someone.
the man who gave it to her is alive.
Why would anyone give up their kidney to a random person? You need
Out
two
of the
kidneys, by the
kindness
way.
of their heart.
No, okay. Here's the thing: you can live with one kidney. That's yes, but you live better with two. So why would you just randomly go? You know what? Let me give up one of my kids. I
So
don't know. I think I listen. She must have known that man. She must have. They knew each other. They knew each other because you're not out here rent. That makes no sense, Esther.
y'all heard
No,
it
I
here
don't believe
first from
that.
Lola, y'all. She said, I don't believe in giving out these organs for free.
To random people.
Well, she had actually put up very moving posts. Like she had a really great community that rallied around her and shared those posts and shared her stories. And people went and got tested, and this man was a match and actually ended up going through with it, who was very, very kind. I don't know if she knows that man personally. It seemed to have been that it was really her church community that really rallied around and like pressed forward with the information. But it happened.
Well,
And
they're a
I'm
better
not
person
saying,
than I am because I is sure as hell not gonna give up my left kidney just to be nice.
well, how about your
And
right one?
no, no. I am more likely to give up my left kidney before I give up my right kidney.
Why? What is wrong with that kidney in particular?
Something tells me my right is the one that's most precious. The point being is, I think it's crazy that people feel like, and it's not that people are indebted to you forever. I just can't see myself receiving a kidney. Like, if you're my friend, right? I like to believe these things. We're friends,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you see me on the brink of death, and you're like, hey, I will get tested. Mind you, you have family members of your own. Mind you, once you give a kidney, you can't give up the other one, right? So you gotta think about it. If you have your own children, you'll never be able to donate that kidney to them. If you have your own, if you get a husband, you can't donate to him. Your sibling, you are saying, here, fine. And then 2, 3 years later, they're like, oh, who's your closest person? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really close to so and so. And they're like, what happened to Esther? And I'm like, she gave me a kidney. They obviously have not been friends for a while. They stopped following each other. And I would like to know what led her to not be friends with Selena after giving you if I give you my kidney, you got to be my friend for the rest of your life. Like that's or I'm taking you to the hospital and asking for them to take it right out and give it back to me.
Here's my question. I guess that's really my question though. Do you feel like, because friendships shouldn't be quid pro quo. Like, yes, they should be reciprocal, but it shouldn't be quid pro quo. So, like, do you feel like because Francia gave up her kidney, Selena is now indebted to her?
Yes.
She has to be her friend for the rest of her life.
Yes. We're not talking about me. Okay, so they're saying like, oh, I would take the shirt off my back to give it to somebody. There are certain things that you do for others, and it's not overextending yourself or putting yourself in harm's way, right? That I would like, yeah, maybe she had lent her money, or maybe Francia, I don't know, just like a really nice thing for a family member, but a kidney? We're talking about an organ. Do you know the process that you have to do before you give a kidney? You can't drink anymore. You have to do all this prep work. Then you get the surgery, and then after that, for months afterwards, you're still dealing with it. Like you have to wear a kidney. We're not talking about you giving someone $50. We're talking about your whole life will always forever be different. Like her life is different. She only has one kidney. Selena has two. So yes, she's in debt to her. What more? The minimum, be my friend.
All right.
Don't disrespect me like that.
So it's giving she should have read the contract. She should have read the fine print, because
yes,
with the kidney, it meant we are friends for life. You don't get
for the rest of our lives.
You don't get to have another best friend. You don't get to have a near and dear friend that is not me.
No, you can have other friends, and you can even have dear friends, but she didn't mention Francia. And it's weird because she did so much, and that's what it is. Giving your kidney is a lot. It's not a small thing to do. You don't just randomly wake up and go, yeah, I'm going to give you my kidney. Like that's not how any of this works. And so for you, like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't mention everybody that I know. That's not just someone you know. Y'all were sisters. Y'all were living together. She gave you your kidney. Selena. The least you could be like, the people I'm closest with in the industry is Taylor and Francia. If she didn't want to say in the industry, like, but the person who I hold dear as a sister is Francia. It was not going to kill Selena to mention her. It is gaslighting for her to be like, oh, I didn't know I had to mention everybody that I know.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I will say, when she said that bit, I was like, girl, this is not everyone you know. This is someone who saved your life. And
exactly.
Here's the thing though, like, I just feel like whenever we do something of this grandiose magnitude, right? I just feel like we have to be very careful as to what we expect in return. You know, in the same way that I can say, well, I guess fair. In the same way that I can say, if you take me out on a first date, I expect you to pay. Lola is saying if she gives you an organ, you are her best friend for life and you're not allowed to have others, period. And
Okay, you're adding stuff. I'm not saying that
I'm
you can't
not,
have
I'm
others,
kidding. I'm
but
kidding.
you have to be my like that is it. There is no like, oh, now we're not gonna be cool. Girl, we're as related as blood relatives. Pretty much my sister at this point, biologically speaking. I am in you. I guess you're not in me because I'm the one who gave you the kidney. But yes, now our organs, it's biological. You're tethered. That's it.
Fair. I'm not gonna lie. That is fair. And I do feel like, I guess the question that I wanted to ask, because I do believe that though relationships shouldn't be quid pro quo, I do believe to some extent they have to be reciprocal. And one of the
Yes.
questions that was really good was, do you think Selena would have given Francia her kidney? And the reality is, like, I'm a big Selena fan, y'all. I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest. I'm a Selena fan. I think she's a very endearing girl. But I don't think I didn't have a shadow of a doubt. I was like, no way was Selena going to give that girl a kidney. I can't believe it. I can't.
Listen, I understand that sometimes there are people in your life who are willing to give more than they're willing to receive, right? Maybe Francia would have never even thought to ask that of Selena, right? Because she might think, well, this is really a question I should ask my family. Um, but I absolutely agree. I don't think Selena would ever think about even getting tested to find out
Nah, girl.
if
I don't
if
think
she could
I
match.
think Selena at most would have fundraised for her. Been like, help Francia. It's a
Yeah.
GoFundMe. I think that that's what we would have seen of Selena had the situations been reversed.
Yes.
Um, and that was when I took pause and was like,
Yeah.
but it makes me sad to see that these young ladies seem to be having a tiff in their relationship, because I'm like, this was something that y'all did so beautifully, so selflessly, that I'm like, it breaks my heart to see that the relationship is changing in such a way. Because I'm like,
Breaks my heart, but it also makes me want to ask people, don't be so willing to give yourself away because you assume someone is as good as a friend to you as you are to them. I saw the interview with Francia where she's talking about how she found out she was a match not because someone from the hospital called her, but because Selena had called her. She was like, "Guess what? We're a match. We're doing this. We're doing this." So I don't know if she felt like now I'm locked in. Now I gotta give her the kidney because now she knows it will work. And so I ask people, do not give more than you're willing to lose, because if they end up not being your friend, are you sad, or are you one of those people who can go, you know what? We're not friends. I can love them from a distance, and I'm happy they're alive. Good luck to you and my once kidney, and keep marching along. And if you're one of those people, sure, give your kidney. If you like me, hold tight. Hold tight. Think twice about that.
I'm gonna be honest, I think I fall in the first camp only because I feel like right now, because you're someone who thinks in the future. I'm someone who
Yeah.
thinks very presently. Like, you're like, I have kids I could give this kidney to later on the line, etc. I'm like, right now in the present moment, like, I have my family and everything, you know what I'm saying? If it
Yeah.
was my siblings, obviously I would go and get tested. But if it was a friend of mine, if you were on the brink of death, I would go get tested. And if we were a match, I'm giving you the mother loving kidney. Did I want to give away my kidneys? No, that's not what I woke up and wanted to do today. But
Yeah.
I would give you my kidney. And if we fell out, I would
Yeah.
have kind of way about it. I would be like,
Yeah.
damn it, plus we're not friends anymore. But I'm like, I'm glad you're alive, because the love that I had for you in that moment is still like, it lives within
Yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, for me,
You
it
know
would.
what's funny is what I'd be willing to give. You'd be surprised what I'd be willing to give. Like if tomorrow, you remember you told me you were asked once to carry somebody's
Oh
child.
my gosh, yeah. Someone asked me to be their surrogate once. Yeah.
I feel like if I had a child of my own already and you couldn't, and like, you know, your insurance would cover it, and I could guarantee that I would live at the end of it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be the hostess with the mostest. Like, you know, like I could see myself doing something like that because like I don't know if it's for me. I feel like even I would give an egg if you're like, hey, I need an egg to make an embryo.
Well, I would treat your egg with such precious love and care.
But like something about a kidney, like you only get two. Like that's it. That there's
Is
only
it, is that what it
two.
is? The quantity? If you had 10, you would be like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if we had four kidneys, right? And they're like, okay, but two, which means if I give you one of mine, I only got one. And if I mess that one up, then I'm done.
Fair. I get it. No, I don't think it's, honestly, I think like you're right. It has to come from the heart. Like you have to ask yourself what you're willing to give for that relationship. And are you okay if that relationship changes? Because relationships do evolve over time for the worse or for the better. Like we can't predict these things. But honestly, I am in the camp of, I hope that they're able to reconcile because
Yes.
like clearly it was a beautiful enough relationship for it to have gone that far. And I think it can go further still. I do think, Selena, if you're ever going to listen to this, I do think you might owe her an apology. It was a
You
little
do owe her an apology.
okay. All right.
And a
A
kid
little
one.
more, straight to it. But yeah, you might owe her an apology. It's a
Speaking about apologies and relationships changing. So the GMA, the Good Morning America co-host,
yes.
shenanigans. Oh my God. First of
Well,
all,
let me
TJ
tell you.
Holmes is cute, but he's not that cute.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not gonna lie. Someone who be watching the GMA, okay? Someone who be watching the GMA, like you like reality TV show, I will be watching some GMA. I will watch ABC all the ding dong day. I'm like TJ Holmes is very. He has there's something. Have you ever seen that scene in Pride and Prejudice when her aunt meets Mr. Darcy in the little like the Rosencraft lodge? She goes, there's something about the way he moves his mouth when he speaks. He's so handsome.
Oh,
There's
okay.
something about his face, all the pieces coming together gives
They
attraction.
make sense to you. Yeah,
They make
they make
sense to me. So
But
like,
is it worth throwing away your marriage? That's the question.
no, I'm not even gonna lie, they were trifling. And I am, first of all, my biggest question, here's my biggest takeaway. GMA is about to have a lot of mother lovers tuning in these next weeks. GMA has not had their views skyrocket like this since Miley pulled her pants down in public. Like, I am telling you, I want to record GMA before I go to work now to see what's gonna happen up there. Like it's funny because it's not a reality TV show, but now it's giving real life on TV,
The messiest thing about it is that both of them are married or they're currently separated.
They both
And each of
separated from their spouses at the same time over the course of the summer, and sources have revealed that prior to separating from their spouses, they were already having this affair. Yeah.
oh, they were. And not only that, there was photos of TJ Holmes with Amy's husband, like they were friends, like they were cool. You came to my home, drank my wine, ate my food, and my wife. Oh no, sir. You dishonored me. You dishonored me.
Honestly, I think that I'm not gonna lie. I was left agape at the situation. I was shocked because GMA in my mind, like when I think of reporting, when I think of talk show hosts, like that's the pinnacle, of professionalism. Like they're doing the damn thing. To make it to GMA is a huge deal. There are so many people vying for those positions. And so my question to them is, were you ready to risk it all? Because that's what
I said. You won't risk a check for this?
Not just any check, ABC's check. Them checks is not a joke.
First and foremost, could you imagine if one of them gets fired, not the other one?
And I would be livid. Who do you think will get fired? I'll give you a clue. He looks like me and you. Okay? All right? I looked at TJ and said, this is the same TJ who after the Will Smith slap was like, this is embarrassing. This was humiliating. Had all the gusto, had all the fire and gumption in his chest to check Will Smith, as he should have. I'm not gonna sit here and act like we all didn't check Will Smith. But I'm like, you was talking real crazy for somebody who was boning the lady next to you.
Exactly. No type of like, let let me just hold my tongue real quick. Because,
Right.
he who has not sinned should throw the first stone. And TJ
Come
was
on,
like,
somebody.
no, sir. You and Amy and your shenanigans, get out of here.
And I'm looking at, and respectfully, Amy's a beautiful woman. I'm not even going to sit here and come for
Not
her.
cuter than his wife. Not cuter than his wife.
His wife was a beautiful woman. They have two gorgeous kids together. Those kids have been on GMA on the Hind Daddy. Like, you can't put, it gives me Ned Fulmer part 2. It's giving me trauma. Like, you can't present yourself to be the family man and then go ahead and say F your family to the whole world. Like, that's what it's feeling like. And if y'all don't know, Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys, huge family guy. His family was literally his whole personality. And let me tell you why it feels like it feels like this part 2, because when Ned Fulmer got caught cheating on his wife, and it was the lack of discrepancy, the lack of like, there was just no trying to hide it. And I feel like TJ's very similar in that. Like, you're out in New York City, you know what I'm saying, where you work and live. People know you. You're on GMA every morning in New York City, and you're out here dating up, cuddling, cozy, and kissing. I'm like, can y'all at least respect your spouses enough to give them to have the generation to hide it?
This generation of side chicks and mistresses and side dudes. And what's the name for a man that's a mistress? I don't know. Disrespectful. Have no type of coof. No, listen. Back in the day, and I'm not condoning it. If you were a side chick and that man was married, no one knew who you were till the funeral, and they saw you all the way in the back with a kid talking about who invited you. And even then, you took it to the grave. You had to. But people, they're like, let's go out. Let's go on Instagram. Let's take some photos. Who raised you?
I'm like, and that's my biggest question. I'm like, why are y'all so unafraid? Why are y'all so unafraid to be found outside disrespecting the person you said you would be going through it with before your friends, family, and God? I'm like, have y'all no respect?
No, girl, I went to a bar. I made eyes with a man and he made eyes with me. I was looking at him. He was looking at me. And he sent a drink. I sent a napkin with my number. It was all fun. It was all fun and games until I asked him for his Instagram, which he gave me like a dummy. And I go, his wife's on there, his beautiful wife and his beautiful child. And I'm like, are you married? And he's like, oh, is that for my ring the ring on my finger? And I'm like, I didn't even keep that. So, but no, they don't care. They don't care. They like to be messy. Messy as hell.
You know what I've come to realize, and I've been watching this podcast called Shits and Gigs. They're held by these two guys who live out in the UK. And what I've come to understand, because they've talked about this a few times, is that men just cheat for the sake of cheating. Like, it's not in a, like, for women, like, similarly to what we talked about last week, I think intimacy is different for both genders, like what it looks like, right? And they were just like, if men want to cheat, they're just going to get up and cheat. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the same thing applies to women, but I feel like women leave emotionally before they leave physically. And so I'm just like, in what world? Like, I don't even know the world we're living in. I don't understand it. I'm like, I could never be so bold. I would have the shame.
Esther, you can't shame the shameless. That's the thing. You just can't.
Girl, you have said a word. You have said a word.
You can't. You real life can't. Oh, I can't believe they did this. Girl, they don't care. They do not care.
God. I guess now my biggest question, and literally I think most people are asking this question, those who are looking for jobs right now, those who are trying to break into GMA, all of it. The questions are they going to keep their jobs? Are they going to keep their jobs? ABC has cut people off for less. Are they going to keep their jobs? I want to know.
I wonder if they do keep their job. I'm pretty sure that they're going to switch them out, because I can't see them
on
continue
the
to co-host.
Yeah,
they got to change the segments at least. They're like, you're going to get the 8 a.m. slot, you'll get the 9 a.m. slot or something. But respectfully, I'm like, there has to be like some HR investigations, because This is breaking all types of codes and conducts and
It's bringing
shenanigans.
all, but you know what it is? What is that saying in show business? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yes,
I am eager to
all
see.
press is good press.
Yep, all press is good press. So I'm eager to see what GMA is going to do. I'm eager to see what this will mean for them. And also to his wife, his current wife, who he is still not divorced from, is a lawyer. I'm like, she's a shark. Like, she's gonna come for everything. I would, if personally,
Can
not even to be petty, I would come for everything.
can I just I want this to be the case from here on out. I don't care how long you have been separated from your wife. Until you are legally not tied to that woman, be single, be by yourself. You need not to be in the streets. And I hope and I pray all these people who are just out here looking for love don't mess with anybody who's married, whether they've been separated for a month, 12 months. If they're not legally divorced, and even then, give them 7 months and give them a 12-month range after their divorce, because these people are messy boots and they will have you feeling like you are the other woman. And you're just like, well, you told me that you all were separated. Well, now you're back together and now you looking like a dummy,
Right.
like a whole dummy.
And when we talk
Don't
about
do it.
and we talk about people who are looking crazy and who might have stepped in 1 or 2 marriages and relationships she shouldn't have been. We're talking about Erica
Nana.
Erica
Mm-hmm.
Mena. And you know what? I'm gonna say something that I never thought I would say. It's oh Lord, forgive me in advance. Karma is a bitch.
It
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I wish that on anybody. I don't even wish it on my worst enemy. But they're like, I'm like, ooh, girl. I'm like, ooh, girl. Like,
And she's like
crazy
trying to say
how
that
when
this is
you
not her karma. She's trying to say that that's not her karma because she didn't know that the man that she was messing with was married. Okay, Erica.
I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna say she deserves it, but I am saying, like, listen, whatever you do in the dark is gonna come to light, and what you do to others is often what happens to you. So take note of that as y'all press forward. But again, my most pressing question to GMA is, are they going to keep their jobs? If not, are you looking for a young Haitian woman of the age of about 26, 27? I know someone who would fit those shoes. Me. And I also know another great person who would fit those shoes. Kiki Keep a Job Palmer, who will now never be out of work because she has stepped into the role of motherhood. Yes, our girl, my girl, Kiki Palmer, is about to be a mom, and I am beside myself.
Congratulations to Lauren Kiki Palmer. You have been a star in my eyes since Aquila and the Bee,
Yes, ma'am.
Medea, Jumpin', like
Come on.
um
True
True Jackson
Jackson. Come on.
VP. Like we have grown up with Kiki and she is multifaceted,
Uh,
talented,
uh,
beautiful,
uh,
charismatic. And
come
now
on.
she is with child and we're so happy. I did not watch the episode. I was gonna watch the SNL episode, but I got tired because I'm old and I'm sleepy. And then I woke up and I saw her beautiful little brown belly and it made me so happy and excited. I'm like, our friend is having a baby, even though we don't know her.
That's literally what it felt. Well, I know Kiki. I know her personally, actually.
Do
I actually
you?
I do. You could ask her. Because I went to go see her as she was doing Broadway, as Cinderella. And I was in the second row. And she waved directly to me and my sister that night. And I said,
Okay.
I was acting a whole mess. But no, I definitely feel like Kiki, when I think of a relatable celebrity, someone that I've always looked up to, someone that I definitely would think of as like a mentally in my as like I've seen her grow up. So I think of her as a friend. I'm like, yo, it is so beautiful to see her entering this part of life. And it feels like I hate to say this is just a me thing. This could be a trauma that I'm gonna have to work out with my therapist tomorrow. Um, it's giving the nail in the coffin, like not to her career or anything, but I'm like, it gives the end of an era. Like it gives like, okay, the
She's an
youth,
adult.
yeah, it's your adulting. Like there's
She's
no
29, Esther.
she is, she is.
She's
And
not I mean, also in a few weeks I'll be 28. Where this is the time, babes. the average woman is having her baby at 26.
I don't know. I guess it's so crazy because I've had friends who have obviously had kids in the last few years, and congratulations to them. It is always a blessing to bring, a child into the world. It's called the miracle of life for a reason. It's very, scary, troubling, whatever, traumatic, whatever you want to call it.
Messy.
Amazing. But I think seeing Kiki pregnant like kind of made me like, oh my God, like we're the adults now. Like this is what people do now. And I'm sitting here like,
who's next? Next.
it's you. You're next. It's not me. It's not me at all.
I mean, I hope I'm next. I mean, I look forward to having a family. I do think I'm probably gonna have a baby I don't eventually, but I just seeing her, I'm like, wow, it's okay. It's fine. It's something to look forward to.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
next chapter of our lives.
Girl, I hope you know what. Listen, what I've had to learn is similarly to marriage, to have and to hold, you've got to ask yourself if you want to have children right now or hold children right now, somebody else's child. And I'm still in the hold them phase. You got to know when to hold them.
I look forward to like having kids and be like, oh, we're going to Auntie Esther's house or Auntie Mark. Like, my kids are gonna call you Titi. Like, I look forward to that. I look forward to our kids being friends. Like, I look forward to those things, and like, I look forward to like rectifying traumas in my childhood, and trying to do better and be better and break generational curses. And you can break generation curses with you, but you have to then pass it on the baton to the other people. Also, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't think if I wait till my late 30s, I'm gonna have the energy. I'm already tired. I'm already sleepy now.
Listen, I feel like when you have the kids, it's not about having the energy. I don't know any parent that says I have the energy. It's girl, you're gonna make the energy. The energy just gonna have to be there because it's all you can do. And it's the fact that we're entering a different phase of our lives. And it makes me think, OMG, it goes by so fast. Everyone always says that it does, but you don't really believe it. And I think that for some reason, not seeing my friends, not seeing, it's me seeing Kiki that I'm like, oh my God, this is that generation. Like people has had kids.
It's real. It's
I'm,
real.
wow, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. It had me looking at my Hinge app a little longer today. I don't like I've had it paused for like a year and some change.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I unpause it? And my thing is, right
No.
now, for me, it's a no.
Yeah. I don't think also I just don't see our husbands on Hinge. I mean, we've been on it on and off for so long. If there was any real good prospect, we would have already seen it. Like I'm tired of these people on the interwebs. I'm tired. I'm tired of getting gussied up, going on dates with people, and more than likely never seeing them again. I just need whoever my husband is to just show up to the door, knock on the door, and be like, "What's up? What you doing?"
I'm looking for Lola. I heard
And I'm
she's
like,
looking
"I'm
to be my
here,
wife.
and I'm here." And then that's it. That's it. As long as he's not ugly, I hope that God helps me say yes. I mean, because if he's a little rough to look at, I might be like, I think you got the wrong door.
You got the wrong Lola because actually my name is Paola. So,
You
so
got me confused, sir. Very confused.
no, honestly, I feel like it's made me ask myself, what do I want to prioritize in the next few years? Before the big 3-0 or, into my 3-0.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Right now, a physical human child is not it, and that's totally
No,
okay.
that's okay.
I can be the titis to everyone else's baby right now. And then
Yeah.
at a lovely 33, if it's God's will for my life, just be like, pow, pick one of those things up at the Toys R Us. Like, it's on my
God.
hip now.
I think for me, the next 2 years, I'm gonna be working on myself emotionally. I've been seeing a therapist, also eliminating debt, because I think we were talking about how people were like not proposing to people because they got debt, and I would be good and hot damned if this man tries to walk by me because I got a little credit card debt. You don't miss the best thing that ever
How
happened to me,
much
sir.
is a little credit card
Don't
debt?
worry about that. Don't worry about that. The
Someone
point
should be
being
worried
is
about that.
I am, and I'm working on it. And the point being is I'm working on it. So for me, it is. I would like to have a family in the next 2 years. Like I don't.
The next 2 years?
I mean, yeah, I'm not trying. Listen, Esther,
How are you gonna date this man and then have his kid?
it don't take that long. It really don't be taking that long.
Lola, it takes 2 years to get to the marriage part.
I mean, I feel like yes, no, maybe so. It depends on who you end up with too. Some people are like, we're each other's person. Like let's
Oh,
not.
it's giving J-Lo and Ben Affleck after 30 years.
Yes, yeah. And so I mean, even if we're getting married at 30, that's fine. I'm not like, oh, I have to be married by 30, but I definitely am like at this point in my life where I'm like, I'm not talking to you for fun. Like I've never been that type of girl. I've never been, oh, let me see where this is. I just is not in me. I'm someone who has a very small amount of a social battery. And so for me to overextend myself repeatedly just for the sake of fun, this isn't fun to me. I'm not having a great time. I'm not laughing like, oh my God, this is so much. No, this is serious. And so I'm not that I need to. All I know is I have a good feeling this person's around the corner and I will be a mom in the next 5 years. Like that's just I just can't not see I can't see myself at 33 and not having a baby or not having at least one baby. I'm not starting at 33. I'm gonna be done by 33. And who knows, maybe in a few months I'll be like, hey, I'm engaged to be married. And then a few months later, I'm like, I'm pregnant. And then a few months later, Ashley's like, guess who's also engaged to be married? And then months of that, she's pregnant.
You that won't be my testimony. No, honestly, we'll see. We will see where the good Lord guides us. I think
Yes.
that's the vibe.
Yes.
But all right, y'all. So that is it for today's episode of the Girl Sis Ma'am podcast. Let us know what your thoughts are on the GMA co-host situation. I'm calling it the co-host crisis because at this point, I'm like, let's
copulate with your co-host.
come on. Let us know about what you think about our love, our star, our mentor, Keke Palmer, finally revealing that she is in fact preggers. And let us know what y'all think about with this whole Francia and Selena situation. What do you expect if a girl gives you a kidney? It's much like if you give a mouse a muffin. I'm like, what do you expect will happen? If you give up your kidney, what happens?
If you would give up your kidney, leave a kidney emoji in the chat.
Ooh, if you would be a surrogate for someone, let us know because it pays well too. I mean, if you're looking for a job, the recession is coming. So if you've got a plentiful, soil within you, let us know.
Yes, if you're a fertile myrtle.
This is your time to shine. But anyway, y'all, let us know what you think. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you are always aware when we are posting. We will talk to you later. And we hope that you guys have a great holiday season. Bye.
Bye. Adios.